Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Speak Smart podcast. Today, we're going deep on this motivational talk.
Okay.
It's all about unlocking your potential.
Yeah.
And I think we've all had that thought, like, how do some people just seem to like excel at life?
Right.
And others kind of struggle to get ahead.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's so easy to say, oh, well, they were just born lucky or they have all the talent.
Mm-hmm.
But this talk is suggesting that it's actually something different.
Okay.
That it's actually about mastering 4 key areas of your life.
I like that. It's really interesting because it flips the script. Instead of looking at all of these things that are happening to us or around us or because of other people.
Right.
It's like, no, it's actually you have the power to shape your own destiny. And I think that's a really empowering message.
It is. So let's break it down. The first area is mastering your mouth, the power of words.
Okay.
Now, this source makes a really bold statement. It says your words literally shape the world around you. I know that might sound a little woo-woo, but think about it for a second.
Okay.
The words that you speak create the environment that you live in. So, it's like that whole speak it into existence kind of thing.
Yeah.
But it even goes deeper than that and talks about your self-talk.
Okay.
That voice in your head that's constantly chattering away.
I got that.
Negative self-talk can really hold you back, and positive self-talk can be incredibly empowering.
That's so true. And it's something that I think we don't often think about, the impact of those words that we're saying to ourselves.
Right.
Even if nobody else hears it,
Yeah.
it's impacting us.
Absolutely. And the source gives this great example of, imagine someone who just constantly complains about how hard life is.
Yeah.
And how unfair everything is. What kind of energy are they putting out into the world?
Right. It's not good.
And what kind of opportunities are they attracting?
Probably not the positive and uplifting kind.
Probably not. It makes you think about, like, what kind of energy are you putting out there?
It does, for sure. Yeah.
And that ties into the second area that this source explores.
Okay.
Which is mastering your mind. Taming the inner battlefield.
Oh, that's good.
So it compares our minds to a battlefield.
Okay.
Where battles are won or lost before they even manifest in real life.
I like that analogy.
It's powerful, right?
Yeah, it is.
It makes you really stop and think about how much power our thoughts have.
Yeah, and how important it is to control them, because we can't always control what happens to us in life.
Right.
But we can control how we think about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And, the source goes on to say that we need to actually train our minds.
Right.
Just like an athlete trains their body.
Like a muscle.
Yeah. It takes discipline and it takes effort.
Yeah, it does. And it's something that you have to do consistently.
Right.
Just like you would with physical exercise.
And just like we're careful about what we put into our bodies, we need to be mindful of what we're putting into our minds.
Yes, our mental diet.
Yes. Are we consuming just mental junk food?
Yeah.
Like all this negativity and drama and fear?
It's everywhere.
Or are we nourishing ourselves with, positive and uplifting information?
Exactly. And I think that also ties into the people that we surround ourselves with.
Yeah.
Because that can also be a source of either mental junk food or mental nourishment.
100%. Are they lifting you up or are they dragging you down?
Yeah, that's a great question to ask yourself.
So this is all starting to feel very practical, which I love.
Me too.
But how do we actually start mastering our minds?
Well, the source gives us some very practical techniques.
Okay.
One is to catch and challenge your negative thoughts.
Okay.
Don't just let them run rampant in your mind.
Right.
As soon as you notice a negative thought creeping in, stop and question it.
Oh.
Is this thought really true? What evidence do I have to support it?
A lot of times when we actually really examine our negative thoughts, we realize they're not actually based in reality.
Right.
It's just stories we're telling ourselves.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, so once you've challenged the negative thought, then you can start to replace it with a positive one.
Right. You're basically rewiring your brain to focus on the good instead of the bad.
Okay, so it's not about ignoring the negative thoughts.
Right.
It's about actively choosing to focus on more positive ones.
Exactly. And another powerful technique that the source mentions is visualization.
Oh, yeah.
And this is more than just daydreaming.
Okay.
It's about creating a clear mental picture of your goals
Mm-hmm.
and using that image to fuel your actions.
Okay. So, for example, If you're trying to achieve a specific goal, like let's say starting a business or writing a book, you would actually visualize yourself doing those things,
Right.
feeling that success
Yes.
and experiencing those positive outcomes.
Exactly. It's like giving your brain a blueprint for success.
I love that.
Yeah.
And then finally, the source also emphasizes the importance of meditation and prayer.
Oh, yeah. Those are really important.
You know, I've always been a little skeptical about meditation,
I get it.
but I'm starting to see how it fits into this whole framework of mastering your mind.
Yeah. It's like mental hygiene,
It is.
taking care of your inner world just as you take care of your physical body.
Absolutely. So we've talked about mastering your mouth, mastering your mind. Now let's shift gears to the third area.
Okay.
This source explores, and that's mastering your mood, choosing your emotional lens. And this one is all about recognizing that you actually have more control over your mood than you might think.
It's not something that just happens to you.
Right.
It's something that you can regulate.
Exactly. I really liked how the source compared mood to a lens
Yeah.
through which we see the world.
Right.
And if that lens gets distorted,
Yeah.
it can really color everything in a negative light.
It can make everything seem worse than it actually is.
Right. And it makes you think about, you know, how differently you perceive things when you're in a good mood versus a bad mood.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like if you're feeling happy and optimistic, even a traffic jam might not seem so bad. But if you're already stressed and grumpy,
Oh, yeah.
that same traffic jam can feel like the end of the world.
Exactly.
And the source points out that one of the biggest mistakes people make is thinking that their feelings are facts.
Right.
So just because you feel something doesn't mean it's true.
Exactly.
So if I wake up feeling anxious, that doesn't mean my whole day is doomed.
Not at all.
Okay.
It's just a feeling.
Right.
Feelings are temporary.
Got it. So the key is to cultivate awareness.
Yes. Awareness is the first step.
Okay. But once you're aware of it,
Yeah.
how do you actually go about shifting your mood?
Well, the source gives us a few practical techniques.
Okay.
One is gratitude.
Okay.
When we focus on what we're thankful for, it shifts our perspective and helps us to see the good,
Right.
even when things are tough.
It's like gratitude turns what we have into enough.
Exactly. And remember, gratitude doesn't have to be about big things. It can be as simple as appreciating a sunny day,
Yeah.
a good cup of coffee, or the sound of your favorite song.
It's about finding those little moments of joy throughout the day.
Exactly.
Okay. So another important tool for mastering your mood is mindset.
Right.
You know, your mood is a reflection of your thoughts.
Yeah.
So if you want to feel better, you need to start thinking better.
Exactly. And that's where meditation and mindfulness come in again.
It all connects.
It does.
It's all coming together.
It's all interconnected.
And that's where meditation and mindfulness can really help you to become more aware of your thoughts. And then you can start to intentionally shift them in a more positive direction.
Right. You're taking control.
I'm noticing a theme here.
Oh, yeah.
Awareness,
Yes.
intentionality, and practice.
Yeah.
Those seem to be like the key ingredients
They are.
for mastering any area of our lives.
Absolutely.
So we've covered mastering your mouth, mastering your mind, mastering your mood. Are you ready to tackle the final area?
Let's do it.
All right. This is mastering your money, building freedom, not shackles.
Okay.
And, you know, this is a big one.
It is a big one.
This is often a source of a lot of stress for people.
For sure.
But the source emphasizes that it doesn't have to be that way.
Right.
We can actually choose to control our money instead of letting it control us.
That's a huge mindset shift for a lot of people.
It is a huge mindset shift,
Yeah.
even for me.
Yeah.
And the source says it really starts with understanding that money is a tool.
Right.
It's neutral.
It's not good or bad in itself.
Right.
It's how we use it.
Yeah. It's how we use it that determines whether it becomes a source of freedom or a source of stress.
Exactly.
I like that.
Yeah.
It takes the emotional charge out of it a little bit
It does.
and helps you see it a little more objectively.
Yeah.
And the source is very clear. It's not about amassing wealth at all costs.
Right.
It's about having a healthy relationship with money,
Yes. A healthy and balanced relationship.
one that's based on intentionality and control.
So where do we even begin?
Well, the source gives us a very clear path.
Okay.
Budgeting, saving, and investing.
Okay.
These are like the foundational pillars of financial well-being.
Okay. Budgeting might not sound very glamorous,
No, not really.
but it's really about creating a roadmap for your money.
Yeah.
Making sure that every dollar has a purpose.
Exactly.
It's about taking control of your spending
Yes.
instead of letting your spending control you.
Absolutely. Which I think a lot of us struggle with.
Yes,
Myself included.
for sure. And then comes saving.
Right.
Building a financial cushion for emergencies is essential.
Yeah. Because it gives you peace of mind, knowing that you can handle unexpected expenses without going into debt.
Yeah. And once you have a solid emergency fund, then you can start thinking about long-term savings and investments.
Right.
This is all about creating financial security and freedom,
Yes. It's about building a life where you're not constantly worried about money.
where you have the resources to pursue your passions and live a life that aligns with your values.
I'm starting to see how all these areas are interconnected.
Me too.
Mind, mood, and money.
Yeah.
They all require that intentionality, that discipline, and a willingness to kind of step outside of your comfort zone.
Yeah, for sure.
But we've covered a lot of ground in this first part of our deep dive.
We have.
What are your key takeaways so far?
For me, the biggest takeaway is that true power comes from within.
Yeah.
It's not about external circumstances or luck.
Right?
It's about taking control of your thoughts, your words, your emotions, and your finances.
Yeah.
It's about becoming the conscious creator of your own life.
Absolutely. What about you? What's resonating with you?
You know, I think what's hitting home for me is that this isn't about achieving some kind of, elusive perfection.
Right.
It's about progress, not perfection.
I like that.
It's about making small, consistent changes in each of these areas and watching those positive ripple effects that they create in your life. I love that. It's about the journey, not the destination.
Exactly.
It's about constantly striving to become the best version of yourself.
Well, this has been an incredible start to our deep dive.
It has.
But we're just getting warmed up.
I'm excited.
Stay tuned for part 2, where we'll delve even deeper into these 4 areas of mastery and explore how they can truly help you unlock your potential.
Sounds good. Welcome back to the Speak Smart podcast. In the last part, we were talking about this incredible framework for mastering your life by taking control of your mouth, your mind, your mood, and your money.
It's powerful stuff.
It is. And you know what I love about this source is that it doesn't just give you these high-level concepts.
Right.
It actually provides practical tools and techniques
Yes.
that you can actually apply in your everyday life.
That's what I love. I think so many people hear these concepts and they're like, okay, great. But how do I actually do this?
Right. Where do you even begin?
Yeah.
It's all about the application.
100%.
Yeah.
So let's start with mastering your mouth. Now remember, this isn't about being silent.
Right.
It's about being intentional with your words
Yeah.
and recognizing the power that each word holds.
I remember the source compares words to arrows.
Oh yeah.
You can't take them back once they've left your lips.
Such a powerful image.
It is.
So what are some practical steps we can take to just be more mindful of our speech?
Well, the first step is surprisingly simple. Pause before you speak.
Okay.
Take a breath and ask yourself, is what I'm about to say going to help or hurt the situation?
Mm-hmm.
Is it based in truth or is it fueled by emotion?
Yeah, we've all said things we regret in the heat of the moment.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So that pause can be so powerful.
It can give you that space to choose your words more carefully.
You know, it's like think before you speak.
Exactly.
It's so easy to forget that.
It is. It takes practice, but the more you do it, the more it becomes second nature.
Yeah. And the source also emphasizes the importance of speaking with intention.
Yes.
You know, are you using your words to build up or to tear down, to encourage or to discourage,
Right.
to spread kindness or to inflict pain?
It makes me think about the people in my life who really inspire me.
Yeah.
And they just have this way of using their words to uplift, to motivate, to create positive change.
It's so powerful.
It is. And that's the kind of energy that we want to cultivate.
For sure. And the source also reminds us that our words have this ripple effect. They impact not only ourselves,
Right.
but also the people around us.
Our words create ripples.
They do.
Yeah.
Think about, the people that you encounter each day.
Yeah.
Your family, your friends, your colleagues, even strangers that you interact with briefly. Are you leaving them feeling better or worse after interacting with you?
That's a powerful question.
It is. It really makes you stop and think
It does.
about the energy that you're putting out into the world.
It's about recognizing that we have a responsibility to use our words wisely.
Yes.
Our words have the power to heal, to inspire, to connect. But they also have the power to hurt, to divide, to destroy.
Right. The choice is ours.
The choice is ours.
Wow. Okay. so much wisdom in just that one area of mastering your mouth.
Right.
But I'm eager to keep exploring this framework.
Me too.
Let's shift gears now to mastering your mind.
Okay.
We talked about the mind being this battlefield,
Yeah.
this place where thoughts can clash and create so much inner turmoil.
Yeah, it can be a chaotic place.
How do we win the battles that are raging in our heads?
Well, it all starts with awareness.
Okay.
The first step to mastering your mind is to become aware of your thoughts.
Okay.
What kind of thoughts are dominating your mental landscape?
Mhm.
Are they positive, negative, neutral? Are they focused on the past, the present, or the future?
Yeah, I think for most of us, we're so caught up in the whirlwind of our thoughts that we don't even realize what we're thinking half the time.
We're on autopilot.
Totally. So it's about taking a step back and becoming the observer of your own thoughts.
Exactly.
Okay. And once you're aware of your thoughts,
Yes.
then you can start to choose which ones you want to focus on.
Right. You can't always control what thoughts pop into your head,
Right.
but you can control which ones you give your attention to.
And the source says this takes discipline.
It does.
You know, it's about training your mind to focus on the thoughts that serve you, the thoughts that empower you,
Yes.
the thoughts that are going to move you closer to your goals.
Exactly. It's not about ignoring or suppressing negative thought. It's about consciously choosing to focus on more positive and productive ones.
And the more you do that, the more you strengthen those neural pathways in your brain.
Right.
So-
Of positivity.
Love it. Hey, and remember that mental diet we were talking about?
Oh, yeah, that's crucial.
That's a big part of this too.
It is. The more you feed your mind with positive and uplifting content,
Yeah.
the easier it's going to be to maintain that positive mindset.
So for someone who is struggling with a lot of negative thoughts, what are some concrete steps that they can take to start shifting their thinking?
Well, we already talked about catching and challenging negative thoughts and replacing them with positive ones.
Right.
That's a great starting point.
Okay.
But the source also offers a few other powerful techniques.
Okay.
One is visualization.
Oh yeah, we touched on there a little bit earlier.
We did, but it's worth exploring further.
Tell me more. How does visualization work?
So visualization is basically mental rehearsal.
Okay.
It's about creating a vivid mental picture of yourself achieving your goals. You imagine yourself taking the necessary steps, overcoming obstacles, and ultimately experiencing the success that you desire.
So if you're trying to run a marathon, for example,
Yes.
you would visualize yourself training consistently, pushing through that fatigue and crossing the finish line with a sense of accomplishment.
Exactly. And the key is to engage all of your senses.
Oh, okay.
Don't just see yourself achieving the goal, but feel it, hear it, smell it, taste it.
Wow.
Make it as real as possible in your mind. The more vividly you can imagine it,
Yeah.
the more powerful the impact.
It's like planting a seed
Yes.
of your desire in the fertile ground of your imagination.
I love that analogy. And the amazing thing is that when you visualize yourself achieving your goals,
Yeah.
you're not just creating a mental picture,
Okay.
you're also sending a powerful message to your subconscious mind.
Okay.
You're basically telling your subconscious, this is what I want, this is where I'm headed.
Okay.
And your subconscious mind, which is far more powerful than your conscious mind,
Wow.
starts working behind the scenes to help you achieve that goal.
It's like programming your mind for success.
Exactly. And this ties into another powerful technique that the source recommends, and that is affirmations.
Oh, yeah. I've heard of affirmations.
So affirmations are basically positive statements that you repeat to yourself,
Okay.
either out loud or silently, to reprogram your subconscious mind.
Okay.
They're a way of consciously choosing the thoughts and beliefs that you want to hold.
So instead of thinking, I'm not good enough,
Yeah.
you would repeat an affirmation. Like, I am capable and confident. I have everything I need to succeed.
Exactly. And the more you repeat these affirmations,
Yeah.
the more you start to believe them.
Right.
And as your beliefs change, your actions change, and your results change.
It's powerful stuff.
It is. It's a powerful process for creating lasting transformation.
Wow. This is all so fascinating. I'm starting to see how mastering your mind is really the foundation
It is.
for mastering all the other areas of your life.
It is. When you can control your thoughts, you can control your emotions, your words, your actions, and ultimately your destiny.
Powerful. So we've talked about catching and challenging negative thoughts, replacing them with positive ones, visualization affirmations. Are there any other practical tools that we can use to master our minds?
Absolutely. The source also emphasizes the importance of meditation and prayer.
Okay.
These practices can help you to quiet the mental chatter, reduce stress, and connect with a sense of inner peace and stillness.
You know, I used to think that meditation was just for like, hippies and spiritual gurus.
I know, right? It has that kind of reputation.
Yeah, but I'm starting to see how it can be such a powerful tool for anyone
It can be for anyone.
who wants to cultivate more mental clarity and focus.
It's really about training your attention.
Okay.
When you meditate, you're essentially practicing the art of focusing your mind on a single point.
Okay.
Whether it's your breath, a mantra, or a specific image.
Mhm.
And as you practice this, you develop the ability to bring your mind back to the present moment whenever it starts to wander.
So it's like you're building a mental muscle
Yes.
that allows you to control your attention
Yes.
instead of letting your attention control you.
Exactly. And that skill is incredibly valuable in today's world,
Absolutely.
where we are constantly bombarded with distractions.
100%.
Right.
This has been incredibly insightful. I'm feeling so inspired to take control of my mind and start creating the life I truly desire.
Yes.
But we're only halfway through our deep dive into this framework.
I know, it's so much good stuff.
What other gems of wisdom await us?
Well, we've covered mastering your mouth and mastering your mind.
Yes.
Next, we'll explore the fascinating world of mastering your mood.
Ooh, I'm excited about this one.
Me too. It's about recognizing that your emotions are not your enemy.
Okay.
They're actually valuable messengers
Okay.
that can guide you toward a more fulfilling life.
All right, I'm ready. Stay tuned. There's so much more to discover. Welcome back to the Speak Smart podcast. We are on the final stretch of this deep dive into mastering your life. And this part is all about mastering your mood, choosing your emotional lens.
This is where it gets really interesting because so many people think our moods just happen to us.
Right.
Like we have no control over them. We're just, at the mercy of our emotions.
As the mercy, yeah.
But this source suggests that we actually have a lot more control
Okay.
than we think.
Yeah, in part one, you compared mood to like a lens through which we see the world and how if that lens gets distorted,
Right.
it can, color everything in a negative light. And, one of the things I think people get wrong about mastering their mood is that they think it's about like suppressing your emotions,
Oh,
like trying to force yourself to be happy all the time.
right. Like just putting on a fake smile and pretending everything is okay.
Yeah. But that's not what this is about at all.
No, it's not about denying your emotions. It's about understanding them, acknowledging them, and then choosing how you want to respond to them.
Okay, so it's more about managing your emotions rather than letting them manage you.
Exactly. And one of the most important things to remember is that your feelings are not facts.
Okay.
Just because you feel something doesn't mean that it's true.
Can you give an example?
Yeah, sure. So let's say you're feeling anxious about an upcoming presentation at work.
Okay.
That feeling of anxiety might be very real,
Uh-huh.
but it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to give a bad presentation
Right.
or that the outcome is going to be negative.
Right.
It's just a feeling, and feelings are temporary.
So how do we prevent those feelings from kind of, hijacking our whole day or even our whole life?
Well, the first step is awareness.
Okay.
Just like with mastering your mind, mastering your mood starts with becoming aware of your emotions.
Right.
Pay attention to how you're feeling throughout the day.
Okay.
Notice the triggers that tend to send you into a negative emotional spiral.
Mm-hmm.
The more aware you become of your emotional patterns, the better equipped you'll be to manage them.
Okay, so awareness is key, but what are some practical tools that we can use to actually shift our mood when we're feeling down or overwhelmed?
Well, the source offers several powerful techniques,
Okay.
and one of the simplest yet most effective is gratitude.
We keep coming back to gratitude.
We do, because it's so powerful.
Yeah.
When you focus on what you're grateful for, it shifts your perspective and it helps you to appreciate the good things in your life,
Right.
even when things are tough.
It's like gratitude turns what we have into enough.
Exactly. And remember, gratitude doesn't have to be about big things. Right.
You can be grateful for the simple things like a warm, sunny day,
Yeah.
a good cup of coffee, a kind word from a friend.
It's about finding those little pockets of joy
Exactly.
throughout the day.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
And another powerful tool for mastering your mood is physical movement.
Oh,
When you move your body, whether it's going for a walk, dancing, doing some yoga, you release endorphins, which have mood boosting effects.
so that feeling of exhilaration you get after a good workout,
Yes.
it's not just in your head, it's
Yeah.
actually like a chemical reaction happening in your body.
It is.
Yeah.
And it's not just about intense exercise.
Okay.
Even gentle movement like stretching or taking a few minutes to walk around the block can make a difference.
It's about getting out of your head and into your body.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the other powerful technique the source mentions is spending time in nature.
Oh, yeah.
There's something about being in nature that just has a calming and restorative effect on our moods. I know when I spend time in nature, like go to the park or something, I always feel so much more relaxed,
Yeah, me too.
more at peace.
It's like nature has this innate ability to soothe our souls and remind us of the beauty and wonder of life.
It's about reconnecting with something bigger than ourselves.
Exactly. And speaking of connecting with something bigger than ourselves, the source also emphasizes the importance of mindfulness and meditation.
This is coming up again.
It is. It's a recurring theme.
Yeah.
And for good reason, because these practices help us to become more aware of our thoughts and feelings
Okay.
without judgment. They allow us to create a space between our emotions and our reactions, which gives us more control over how we respond to challenging situations.
It's like hitting the pause button
Yep.
before you react impulsively.
Exactly. And the more you practice mindfulness and meditation, the better you become at regulating your emotions and choosing how you want to feel.
Okay, so we've talked about gratitude, physical movement, spending time in nature, mindfulness, and meditation. Are there any other practical tools that we can use to master our moods?
Absolutely. Another powerful technique the source mentions is surrounding yourself with positive people.
Oh, yeah.
The people that we spend time with have a huge impact on our mood and our overall well-being. If you're constantly surrounded by negative people who complain a lot and drain your energy, it's going to be much harder to maintain a positive mood.
It's like you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with.
Exactly. So make a conscious effort to surround yourself with people who uplift you, inspire you, make you feel good.
It's about creating a supportive and nurturing environment for yourself.
Right. And another important aspect of mastering your mood is self-care.
Okay.
And this means taking the time to do things that nourish your mind, body, and soul. It could be anything from taking a relaxing bath to reading a good book to spending time on your hobbies.
Self-care is so often seen as a luxury.
Yeah, but it's really a necessity.
It is.
Well, yeah.
When you take care of yourself, you're better equipped to handle the challenges of life
Absolutely.
and to maintain a positive mood.
Right.
This has been so insightful. I'm feeling so empowered to take control of my mood and create a more joyful and fulfilling life.
Me too.
But we've got one more area to explore in this framework.
Okay.
Mastering your money.
Oh, yeah. The big one.
I'm ready to tackle this beast.
Let's do it. This is often a source of stress and anxiety for many people, but the source emphasizes that it doesn't have to be that way.
Okay.
We can choose to have a healthy and empowered relationship with money.
I think a lot of people, myself included, have this underlying belief that money is scarce.
Right.
Like there's never enough to go around.
That scarcity mindset.
Yeah, and that belief can create so much fear and insecurity.
It can. But this source challenges that belief.
Okay.
It suggests that money is actually abundant. It's all around us. And the key to mastering your money is to shift your mindset from scarcity to abundance.
Okay, so how do we make that shift?
Well, it starts with gratitude.
Gratitude again.
It always comes back to gratitude.
Yeah.
Instead of focusing on what you don't have, take the time to appreciate what you do have.
Okay.
Be grateful for the money that you have coming in, even if it's not as much as you'd like.
Right.
Be grateful for the roof over your head, the food on your table, the clothes on your back.
It's about appreciating the abundance that's already present in your life.
Exactly. And the more you focus on what you have, the more you'll attract abundance into your life.
It's like where attention goes, energy flows.
Exactly. And another important aspect of shifting from scarcity to abundance is to let go of limiting beliefs about money.
Okay.
Many of us have unconscious beliefs about money that were instilled in us at a young age.
Like what?
Beliefs like money is the root of all evil, or rich people are greedy. And these beliefs can really sabotage our efforts to create financial abundance.
So it's about becoming aware of those beliefs
Yeah.
and consciously choosing to replace them with more empowering ones.
Exactly. And affirmations can be really helpful for this.
Okay.
You can repeat affirmations like, money flows to me easily and effortlessly, or I am a money magnet.
I like those. And once you started to shift your mindset from scarcity to abundance, what's next?
Then the next step is to take practical steps to manage your money effectively.
Okay.
The source emphasizes the importance of budgeting, saving, and investing.
Right. Those foundational pillars.
Yes. But for someone who's never really been good with money, where do they even begin?
It can feel so overwhelming.
It can. The first step is to track your spending.
Okay.
Most people have no idea where their money is going each month.
Right.
So for at least a month, write down every single thing you spend money on.
Okay.
You can use a notebook, a spreadsheet, or a budgeting app.
It's about creating that awareness.
Yeah, exactly. And once you have a clear picture of where your money is going, then you can start to create a budget.
Okay.
And a budget is simply a plan for how you're going to spend your money each month. It's about making conscious choices about where your money goes, rather than just letting it slip through your finger.
It's about taking control.
Yes. And saving is another essential aspect of mastering your money.
Okay.
It's about putting aside a portion of your income each month so that you have a cushion for emergencies and you can reach your long-term financial goals.
You know, a lot of people think they can't afford to save.
Right.
But even small amounts can add up over time.
They can. Even if you can only save $10 or $20 a week, that's still better than nothing.
Right.
And as you get better at managing your money, you can gradually increase the amount that you save.
Okay. And finally, there's investing.
Right.
This one can seem a little intimidating.
It can, but there are so many resources available these days to help people learn about investing. You don't have to be a financial expert to get started. There are books, websites, podcasts, and even apps that can teach you the basics.
It's about empowering yourself to make smart financial decisions.
Exactly. And the sooner you start investing, the more time your money has to grow.
Wow, this has been such an incredible deep dive into the world of personal mastery.
It has been.
We've covered so much, from the power of our words to the importance of taking control of our thoughts, our moods, and our money.
It's all connected.
It is.
Yeah.
What are your final thoughts as we kind of wrap up this episode?
You know what I find so inspiring about this framework?
Yeah.
Is that it emphasizes that we are not victims of our circumstances.
Right.
We have the power to create the life that we want.
Yeah.
It won't be easy. It takes effort, it takes discipline, and a willingness to step outside of our comfort zones.
Absolutely.
But it is possible.
Yeah.
And the rewards are immeasurable.
This source has given us so many practical tools and techniques
It has.
that we can use in our everyday lives to start creating lasting positive change.
It's about becoming the conscious creators of our own destinies.
Well said. Thank you so much for joining me on this incredible journey of self-discovery.
It was my pleasure.
And to all of our listeners out there, thank you for joining us on the Speak Smart podcast. We hope you found this episode insightful and inspiring. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, hit that like button, and we'll see you in the next deep dive.